going to demonstrate some of the very core signature moves that make Insanity what it is. All of these moves will be seen in most of the rounds in some form or another. Sometimes they're compounded with another move, and sometimes they're just on their own because they're so effective. We'll get started with my personal favorite, diamond jumps. Now, I always tell my class that you want to look like this in the air. So I give this visual. Your feet are going to come up and your hands also meet at the top. To set it up, you want your feet to be slightly more than hip width apart. Toes can be turned out a little bit. You're gonna squat down. So here's your prep, it's just a squat. Weight should still be in the heels. You're gonna use your arms, they come swing down under, and then you're going to explode up in the air. Land as soft as you can, toe ball heel. So at speed, it looks like this. Squat up. From the side, you'll see that it's a true squat. So you're gonna lean forward a little bit, but you don't wanna be down here, okay? So you get that explosion off the ground. Whew, burns the quads. All right, the modification, you're gonna set it up the same. Feet are a little wider than hip width apart, toes slightly out. Same setup, squat, swing under, but you take the jump out. So you come up on the toes. Arms nice and strong. Just because it's a modification or regression doesn't mean it can't be a nice, strong movement. Okay. Whew, winded, see? Effective. Stance jacks are next. These ones are really fun too. You're gonna start here. Your feet are gonna jack out to a squat. So you come here, your upper body rotates, this arm just floats back. This arm is gonna reach for the opposite foot. So you're gonna end up here. Pop back in, other side. So weight is in the heels, just like a regular squat. So only that upper body turns. Bottom, your legs stay in that squat. From the side, see the rotation, and up. In modification, you're gonna take the jump out. So you're just gonna stay here, same setup. You're gonna come here, up. Again, nice and strong. Still get that deep squat, rotation in the torso, and up on the toes. Explode off the floor. Whew. We're getting there. Heart rate's up, yeah? Mountain climbers is the next move. High knees are what's gonna be happening with your legs. Now your arms are gonna make a climbing motion. And I always actually grab because it feels more fun that way, right? You gotta reach for something. The same elbow is gonna meet the knee on the same side. So this is what it's gonna look like. And you're just gonna hop back and forth. The thing you have to be most careful about with mountain climbers is that you're not leaning back. It's not this. You have to stay nice and tall without leaning back. So you gotta squeeze that core. That is where the power is gonna come from. You're gonna lift your legs with your core. It's gonna work the core, the hip flexors. The modifier for that is to take the hop out. So you're stepping. about the hop. No impact. Whew, still a killer. Floor sprints are next. You're gonna start down in your plank. Nice, strong, straight plank, flat back. You want your shoulders, elbows, and wrists right in line. So you don't want to be leaned back. Right over the top, head in neutral position. And you're gonna sprint it out, driving the knees up to the chest. Keeping that flat back. A great modifier is to tap one foot on the floor, one toe at a time. Still keeping those hips down. You don't want those hips to tend up, so think about tucking your pelvis under. Show you from the front here. So everything is in neutral, neutral spine. Here's the sprint. Here's the option of tapping the toe. Ooh, switch kicks. These are one of my favorites too. Definitely a full body movement. Elbows start in, face this way. Elbows are gonna stay in tight to the sides. You're going to kick, aiming for about waist height. With that kick, it's a slight flick and down. Squeeze the core. And again, I'll show you from the side. Careful not to lean back. It's not this, you don't want to lean back. Back is nice and tall. Again, elbows in tight. Small flick. Whew, great modifier. Arms are going to do the same. You're going to step, kick. You're still working from the core. Think about lifting the leg from here. And I always tell my class, again, just because you're modifying doesn't mean it can't be strong. Kick that door down. Whew. Okay, push-ups. Push-ups, push-ups. Again, starting from your plank. And now on these, depending on what kind of push-up it is, there can be tricep push-ups, there can be just regular ones. I'm gonna show you regular ones. So I'm gonna have my hands a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, but not much. Elbows are gonna go out to about a 45-degree angle as you go down. So up on the toes, nice flat back. Hips are tucked under, back is flat. You want your ears right on top of your shoulders. So head in neutral spine, lower, up. Making sure that the hips don't sag. You can also drop to the knees as your option for your modifier. Same idea though, back is nice and straight and flat. Really have to squeeze that core because you don't want your hips to sag. Show you from the front here. So set it up. Whew. Or from the knees. Another thing you want to watch out for with push-ups, and you might want to decrease your range of motion if you find yourself doing this. You do not want to lead with your head. So as you're going down, you don't want that to happen. You want to keep your head right where it's at, neutral position. So again, like I said, you might want to decrease the range of motion. So you go here instead of all the way down. That could also be a great regression if you're somewhere between needing to be on the knees and then all the way up on the toes. Whew. So as you can see, these are some amazing moves. These moves, and I mean every other move in Insanity, but these ones specifically are why Insanity is so effective. I mean, I was just demonstrating and I'm winded. So the classes